Was Casey Neistat's filmmaking and storytelling course worth it? Well, let's talk about it.
Welcome.
Hello there, my name is Jurgen, and at the beginning of this year I took the Casey Neistat Filmmaking and Storytelling Course, and I wanted to make a little video about whether I thought it was worth it or not. But then I kind of moved and I didn't have any time to make it, but finally I'm here at my new place and I'm ready to talk all about it. So I will be talking about the entire course, how it's structured, what you can expect, and maybe most importantly, whether I thought it was worth it or not. But let me just first put these on. That feels a little bit more appropriate, and now we can get into it.
Welcome to day one of the class.
So let's start with the course structure, which is 1 month of filmmaking. And I recommend that if you are considering taking the course, that you make sure that you have enough time to shoot 2 films in that month time, because that is basically what the course is. 1 month, 2 films. You start out with the spontaneous film, and then the second half is a more planned film. And it's not only spontaneous versus planned, but it's also uses little gear as you have. So basically just your phone. I shot the first film I made entirely on my iPhone. Some shots I did get a telelens because I had to get closer, but majority was shot on just an iPhone, which makes you really focus on just telling the story and not worry about what gear to use. And then the second film, which was the more planned film, which was also shot on multiple days, you can just use whatever gear you have at your disposal and just really make the best film possible. And I really enjoyed having these 2 different types of shooting movies, shooting films, and it's very similar to what you know Casey for. So the first one is really close to how he made his vlog. So basically, if you have to make a movie every day, you don't always have time to think about it ahead. So you just go out there, find something interesting to tell a story about, and you shoot your film that way. And then the planned one is a little bit more prepared. It could be an idea you had for a while, and you can really tell that story the way you want to. And the great thing about the course is that you really see every step he makes. So you see the starting process, coming up with that idea to shoot, then going out there, shoot the actual film, and then also the edit, every step he makes, you see. And that's really great, because that means that you see how he comes up with ideas, how he shoots his movies, but also when he gets stuck, how he gets ahead again, and if something goes wrong in his shoot, how he handles that. So that's really, really helpful. You really see every step he takes, every cut he makes, you'll be watching him. So that was really, really helpful.
So over the next 30 days, I'm going to be taking you through my entire filmmaking process.
So you make 2 films in this project, in this month-long filmmaking course, and I really think this course is worth it if you enjoy Casey's style of filmmaking, of course, because it's really catered towards that. And the great thing is that you see every step. Of course, he's talked about his way of making movies, of making these vlogs in his own YouTube videos, but you really get a more detailed explanation because you see everything. So it's really nice to see how he comes up with the first, second and third act, how he shoots those, and then going out to do that yourself, but then also to see the entire edit and to see how he forms those acts, and then especially to see what he cuts out of his movies, because it's really a valuable lesson to learn to kill your darlings. And I think that is one of the most valuable lessons that I got out of this course, and I think it's very nice to be able to see his entire work process and also being able to go back to that anytime you want. So of course I made these 2 films as part of this course, but anytime if I'm going to be making that kind of type of video again, I can still watch his lessons, see how he edits, and try to, you know, improve my own filmmaking and storytelling every time that I want to do that. There's something very important is, of course, that you should realize that you're not going to get the feedback directly from Casey. That would be near impossible because there's so many people taking this course. But to get around that, they form these peer groups at the beginning of the project with about 20 people in them, so that there's at least some eyes on all your work and you have some people to at least watch your video, get some eyes on it, and hopefully also give you some good feedback to keep you going and hopefully to keep you improving. Although I also have some criticism on the way this group was formed. Of course, at the beginning of the course, you give on your own skill level basically. So maybe I gave it a little bit too low. Maybe I'm too humble, but I found that most of the feedback that I got wasn't really too useful. It was really nice to get comments of my peers and get lovely notes on my movie and people saying that they liked it, but I really would have liked some more constructive feedback that you can take and improve your filmmaking. That was the only thing that I found a little bit lacking. But then again, that might also have just been my peer group. Maybe there weren't a lot of people with more experience in filmmaking. So can't really say too much about that, but that was the only thing that I found a little bit lacking. So maybe if I had to give some feedback on how they could improve the course, was maybe making sure that there's like one experienced filmmaker that is looking at all the projects or something like that. But other than that, I really enjoyed the course and I really enjoyed having the peer group around to get some eyes on your movie once you've made it. All right, with that being said, that's basically the entire course. Let's go back to me and not to rip off Casey, but that is the entire course. And of course, most importantly, did I think it was worth it in the end? Yes, I do think it's worth it. If you are into filmmaking, if you do want to improve your filmmaking and your storytelling, and you enjoy the way Casey makes his movies, you enjoy his type of filmmaking, his type of storytelling, then this course is definitely great to see his entire process, to learn more about the way he makes his movies and he tells his stories, and especially if you want to get into his workflow and his editing and his filming, because you rarely get the chance to see it this detailed. So I really enjoyed the course and I would definitely recommend it if you're into filmmaking and storytelling. Do not expect this is the course to get you big on YouTube, because it's really focused on the filmmaking and the storytelling, not necessarily on how to conquer YouTube. So yeah, it was a great course. Definitely would recommend for any filmmakers out there enjoying Casey Neistat's style. So that was it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Hopefully, I'll see you again soon.